What's up, guys? Welcome back to VIP Society, a podcast platform that brings together the best people in nightlife, entertainment, hospitality, and the luxury space. Today, I have my good friends Janae McGiboney and Derek Honorite here with me on the podcast.
Yo, again, thank you for having us on the podcast, man. It's honestly a pleasure. We try to honestly get on as many podcasts as we possibly can, and we've been speaking about getting on here, so
That's great.
It's definitely dope to be here right now. Like you mentioned before, D, we're a couple here in Vegas, trying to build an empire. We got a super exciting.
You're
team.
not trying, you're doing.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, we are doing it. We are doing it.
That part.
We got a couple of different businesses. We're in a bunch of different spaces, like you said, hospitality, overall accommodation space. So we have private car rental company, a luxury accommodation brand where we're taking care of some people that come out here and travel for a couple weeks at a time, business professional, things like that.
Nice.
But we also have a tech company, man. We have a data-driven tech company.
Wow.
Where we're looking to essentially reshape how people handle their eco-consciousness, like what they spend, what they take in, what they waste. So the company is helping that out a little bit. But yeah, we're in a couple of different fields, man. I'm talking a lot. You know.
All right, Janae, take it away. So you do a lot in real estate.
Yeah.
And you have got a few companies and also an academy, which is also a business.
Yeah.
Please share with the audience that are listening and watching what you do and how you got started.
Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, thank you so much for having us on here. Like Derek had said, connecting with the community deeper is very important to us. That has been a priority. So we really appreciate the opportunity to be able to have a platform where we could deeper connect with other people and hopefully help inspire, educate, or just uplift people in a positive way. So thanks for sharing that space. As far as who I am Janae McGiboney, and I am the CEO and founder of Lux Escape Rentals. So essentially, as Derek was saying, we provide furnished luxury rental accommodations to business professionals and traveling families, etc. So anywhere from short-term vacation rentals, which is typically anything less than 30 days. We also provide 30-plus day midterm rentals and event spaces. On top of that, we are providing management and marketing services. So we're helping other people who aren't entirely sure what to do with their properties. They're more familiar with just the standard route, right? Most people think, okay, maybe I could just rent it or sell it. They don't really know that there's so many different margins in between to monetize their property, especially on the slow seasons, or when there's just uncertainty or so many things changing in the market. So we fill that gap. And then through that, with my experience, I've just had so many people reach out to me and having interest on wanting to learn how they could also make money in property without owning it.
Right.
So that's where I actually started the Lux Academy, and we go over everything A to Z in the rental arbitrage realm. Outside of just the short-term rentals, which typically you're seeing a lot of the gurus talk about Airbnb short-term rentals, right?
Do you consider yourself a guru?
I definitely would say I'm a guru, but the thing is I don't hold back, and
You know what you're talking about for
yeah,
sure.
seeing people's success is
about.
really important to me, and I've been through it all. I've seen it all, the ugly and the pretty.
Yeah.
So I could firsthand speak from my own experience and save people a lot of time and money, just teaching them how they can monetize different strategies within real estate without having to own it or have perfect credit or a large amount of money to get invested and just start up in the field. Because oftentimes I feel like we all just get stuck in that space of uncertainty or being overwhelmed, waiting for the perfect moment, or just like analysis paralysis, right?
Yeah.
Like there's so much stuff being thrown at us. I know that we could all relate, considering like we're entrepreneurs, we're business owners, we have these different ideas, and sometimes it's like, where do you start?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I kind of just wanted to streamline that entire process by creating a step-by-step guide and also offering one-on-one coaching. And then, we're in the car rental space as well. So luxury and leisure car rentals, anywhere from 1+ days. We have renters who are renting it for months at a time, typically more individuals that are also using our vehicles for business purposes.
Okay.
And then through that, we also created the marketing and management side of things as well. So OmniLux Rentals, essentially, it's like the next Hertz or Enterprise mixed with Turo. So you can book on our platform at the array of different vehicles that are available for any duration of time. And you're also able to host your vehicle on our platform as well. So if you aren't necessarily looking to rent from us, you could rent through us. So just turning cars into cash, really. And
I like that.
Yeah, we're just all about connecting the dots, seeing where there's things that need to be done, how we can fill this space. And I've learned that the biggest thing is not necessarily like owning everything, but learning how to like leverage and control it.
Absolutely.
That's the most important thing.
Absolutely. Now, who is Janae McGiboney? Obviously you do a lot right now. How did you get started, and where did you get started? With what business first, and what are you most known for? I would say the Airbnb business.
Great questions. So the both of us have actually been in entrepreneurship and business owners for quite some time. So for myself personally, I have been in entrepreneurship since I was 18 years old. I have not worked a single job other than the ones that I created for myself. So I did learn very quickly, however, it's not necessarily, you don't want to own a job. So I stepped out of being inside of the business and started working on the business, which has allowed me to scale and grow through the different systems that were put in place. I am definitely probably most known for the real estate side of things. I've also done a lot of investor acquisitions and relations, so just connecting the dots. And so outside of the real estate, it's just luxury accommodations, because really it's like if I don't have it, I know someone that does. I know how to connect the dots. Of course. So yeah, just like luxury brokerage services, essentially, like the cars, the houses, boats, yachts, jets, whatever you want.
When we first met, when I came out here on vacation, like she really plugged me in, dude. She hooked me up with some kind of, I guess maybe some kind of like promoter or something like that. Dude, he was giving me like helicopter rides, Hummer limousines, backdoor entrance to clubs.
And I was low key getting a little piece of every time he was having
we
fun.
Were crazy too. I was like, wait, you're making a percentage of what he's making? Like, then you're straight. But,
just learning how to work with the concierge services or like the VIP hosting, connecting the dots.
Definitely know how to connect the dots, plug people in for sure. And I hadn't mentioned, but I'm from Atlanta, so I've been out here for about 2 years now. And she definitely has laid a nice path, and honestly a pretty straightforward path for me when it comes down to going to certain doors and being connected to certain people, because she was established out here.
You jumped right into it. Came to Vegas, which is already mind blowing, and now you're doing all this stuff.
Yeah, well, exactly. So as she mentioned, I've already had my my run with entrepreneurship as well. Yeah. I've had a couple of different companies in the past, but I have a background in sales, man. Like I from door-to-door sales, multi-level marketing. I was a manager of a car dealership back in Atlanta. So I really did a lot of the sales kind of things, and just kind of behind the scenes, like high ticket sales, working from home, being mobile kind of thing. Very cool. And day trading. Day trading was my biggest thing, dude. Like really
still do it?
Yeah, still day trade. Nice. So day trading and just really just kind of stand behind the scenes. But I've always kind of had a calling towards like being like, like more on the surface, like being big on Instagram, stuff like that. I don't really have like the largest following on Instagram, but it's honestly because I've just been silent, dude. Like you probably noticed I don't post anything at all, dude. I literally never post anything, and it's been like 3 years since I've been doing that. So
yeah, that's right. A lot of people just would rather have the money and not have
kind of just chill, you know what I mean? But like Instagram and like being viral, having content, like that stuff is money, dude.
It does make a difference.
It makes
in today's society,
it does, bro. Having a social presence that could change the game for you. I mean, it could 10x your income. So that's been something that we've both been working on really like a lot lately when it comes down to her having her cores, her making ads for it, her content for it, to just touch different markets. So.
Yeah, really just learning how you could utilize social media to make a positive difference, whether it's in your own life or other people's life in the community. It's so powerful. It's such a great tool.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if you guys knew this, but I'm also in that world of luxury. That's why I brought you guys here. Doing a lot of real estate stuff and also a lot of concierge stuff too.
Yeah, I have such a great admiration for everything that it is that you are currently working on with the people that you're bringing together on a regular basis, cultivating and providing new experiences for people to connect deeper and really just grow and unite here in Las Vegas. I think that's so important.
Yeah.
I've seen a huge community that is continuing to grow and is definitely going to prosper here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
VIP Society, this is just the beginning. It's
is.
certainly going up. So yeah, I acknowledge that, and I really do see the power that it holds, like social media and you taking advantage of you being in that space. You're meeting new people every single day. Instead of it just being a blank handshake, you are actually providing opportunities where it can change lives, especially with you connecting it into the nightlife and the day life, right? Like, what are you thinking about tomorrow and 10 years from now? You know what I mean?
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Because I've worked in nightlife and entertainment for many years, and so I'm creating this to really bring all of those industries together, and the luxury space. So VIP Society is what I came up with.
That's awesome.
And I'm using that as the umbrella to put these communities of people together. And, you know, in the chats, like you've seen, you know, it's going to be groups of people that are able to bring so much value and do business deals, and there's so much great opportunities that will come out of it.
Absolutely. So many dots that are going to be connected within that chat, because really a lot of times it's not what we know, but it's who we know. That makes all the difference. So it's really...
That saying is so underrated.
Yeah.
It really is.
And I created it at first to help me. You know, I'm a host out here doing concierge stuff, doing real estate stuff, and I'm like, I need to put all of my resources together, so that way if I need anything at any time, I could just reach out to this group, and people respond right away, and they do, you know, which is awesome.
That's nice.
But then I realized that it wasn't just helping me; it's helping a lot of other people as well. So I was like,
let me
just keep adding my resources and my connections. And
and it doesn't take anything away from you to help somebody else. I think a lot of people, they have like that scarce mentality where they want to keep all of their resources to themselves, or all of their knowledge, or all of their money. And you could really only get so far with that, because you only have your own two hands. But as soon as everyone's putting their hand out and we're all coming together, there's so much growth to happen. There's so much value that could be exchanged. And like it's like a never ending faucet of just opportunity when it's shared in a collective space like that. So that's really awesome.
And that's what it's all about. And you know, on Instagram, I started with one group. It was just host, promoters, and luxury service providers out here in Las Vegas. But then I was like, okay, let me create a real estate group. So I did that, and then I work with a lot of girls out here doing different things. And so I created a group for girls. And but all
for the girls, let's go.
But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to create a group for the guys too. So I put together a group of guys, and they're all the entrepreneurs out here in LA and Vegas.
That's awesome.
And after that, I was like, you know what? These groups are already maxed out. There's 250 people in every single group already.
They're growing rapidly.
So I need to push everything towards WhatsApp. So I created the WhatsApp community, which is great because each group can hold 1,200 people. And eventually, once those fill up, I'll push it towards like a website platform.
Nice.
So like paying for a membership or something like that.
School would be...
Yeah,
I wonder if something like school would have that framework, because it's like community-based where people can communicate, they could go back and forth, answer questions, make posts. You could even do like live video meetings, and it could be free, or you could charge per entry. Yeah,
I'm trying to get to that point where all of these amazing people that I'm meeting or already know are part of this community, and there's just so much value in these groups that business deals are being done and stuff like that, which is awesome. Yeah, community is everything. And like you said, at some point, I could probably charge membership. You know, well, that's actually the goal. I mean, that's the goal. Because essentially, it is like a master group. I'm selling access, is what it is. Yeah, access to deal flow. You never know. To legit movers and shakers that are in Vegas, that come from LA or Miami, New York, wherever. And they're trying to plug right in. I mean, seriously, I mean, people are willing to pay for like, basically you're paying to play, and you don't have to waste time like sifting through everything when you have direct access to everything that you need. I mean, don't get me wrong, like Vegas definitely does cultivate like a space to where you can like grow pretty rapidly, but like having that direct access, it does change the game. It really does. Because imagine having to like
come here from like LA and then like work your way up like really to the top.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it really takes time meeting the right people. Like
Yeah.
I've paid to go to different masterminds, anywhere
Yeah.
from $1,000 to $20,000 per mastermind,
That's crazy.
just to be in front of like the right information or have
Mhm,
access to certain types of people or potential deals. Like it's definitely worth the investment.
Yeah, and right now I'm bringing everyone together, leveraging the platform, this podcast platform, to bring people in, and eventually we'll start doing events or meetups and stuff like that. So it's going to grow into something a lot bigger than what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm excited, but I really created it for people like you guys to come on and talk about yourselves and your brands, which is where the value really comes from. People want to know how you. Who you are and how you started, and let's jump right into that actually, since you do a lot of Airbnb. I've got some Airbnbs, by the way. I've got houses in Texas, and I've got houses out here in Vegas, which is great.
Nice.
Do the concierge stuff, which is a lot of fun.
Cool.
Now, your academy, if people wanted to get involved with your academy, how can I do that?
So we could go ahead and share the link to the academy, and they could click the link attached to this podcast and we can provide them special discount. We could actually do a special promo code. I can make VIP 26 as the code to get 10% off of Lux Academy course and one-on-one coaching. So if they want to schedule a consultation call, I do offer one complimentary call as a strategy session to determine which method they would like to utilize within the rental arbitrage realm, or if they would like to go on a deeper, basically have a deeper understanding of all the different models. I do provide a thorough, comprehensive strategy plan for those who are looking to learn everything. I teach them everything A to Z.
Great.
So
Love that.
yeah, and just follow me on Instagram, Janae McGiboney.
Yeah.
So
Do
yeah.
that. But
Sorry to interrupt. So when you guys talk, you have to speak up a little loud.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's super soft.
Do we need to say that again?
no, just
No, that was good.
Okay, but
It's just for future, because it's still early. I don't want it to be like all ruined.
Yeah.
Okay,
So just-
I will
yeah,
speak
yeah.
up and let them
I'll
know
definitely
something.
I'll speak louder because I mean I have like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
soft
yeah.
voice, so I can't
I do
project
too.
my voice, dude. I'm gonna be projecting. I'm
That's right.
yelling.
I
I'm
mean,
like
like,
yelling.
that's why it's kind of weird. because you guys
I'm
just
talking to
have
you like this, yo. What's up, bro?
Okay, got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
doing
talk
it.
louder.
All right.
So-
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Where was I? Oh yeah, quick question. With your houses, do you do seller finance deals, or are they mostly just arbitrage? Because there's a lot of Airbnb people with businesses like yours.
Yeah.
You being the best, of course. Do you do arbitrage or seller finance
Yeah,
deals?
I actually don't own a single property.
Okay.
So I've generated 7 figures in revenue specifically through the arbitrage method.
That's amazing.
Never having to put a down payment, never having to purchase a property or even utilize my own personal credit for any of the spaces that I currently have.
That's great.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I just initially, like, I was waiting for time. It had always been, like, a goal of mine to buy a property early and to invest, because I do understand the power of real estate and how you could build wealth. They do say that 90% of millionaires in the United States are built through real estate. So I knew that that was an avenue that I was particularly interested in. I thought it was going to be more so the purchase side for the acquisition method. But as soon as I learned that I can expedite my results simply by learning leverage rather than ownership, that's kind of just what was the snowball effect for me to be able to multiply and scale so quickly. In the future, we do have goals to purchase, because we do understand that there are also benefits with owning as well. So there's pros and cons to whatever strategy you choose.
Yeah.
Whatever way you decide to invest in real estate, there are benefits. It's more so just determining where I was currently at the time of my life and what I had available as far as my resources and my time, my goals. And I just applied that to what was best fitting. But yeah, we do plan to purchase, obviously, our own home, as well as potentially multifamily or
If
hotels,
anything, like,
boutiques.
like a quadplex or something like
Yeah.
that, maybe a few doors at a time.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I've learned a lot about multifamily too, so I see there's a lot of benefits with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. I've got Airbnb properties, but I also am a fan of midterm rentals. So
Yeah.
I buy houses near the military bases or colleges out there in Texas, and
That's
I've
the
got some out
best.
here. Yeah, it's great. And then I rent out the rooms individually.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
pad
so you
split.
do the same thing, pad split
Pad
as
split.
well.
Yeah,
Are
so-
you doing that for all of your midterm properties?
Right now, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So which is great because with the Airbnb, the turnover rate is every day almost, and so it's a lot of work. But obviously, you have your systems in place and stuff to get that done.
Absolutely,
Um,
yeah.
You can make a lot more money than probably doing midterm, but at least with midterm, you're still making $1,000 off each house, and
Way
don't
way
have
less
to-
turnover, way less management, and essentially a lot of the people that are staying for midterm basis, they are business professionals. Like
Yeah.
you said, like
Yeah.
you are strategically placing these properties in locations that are going to be best accommodating for the type of client that you're attracting. So whether it's military
Students.
or students or business faculty or nurses, or even with the insurance relocation specialists that are temporary housing different families that have been, misplaced due to something unfortunate that happened in their home. Just having that accommodation, we have a lot of people, actually. We need more midterm properties. It's a lot less hectic, but
Yeah, it
also
really
it is more hectic
Yeah.
in other
Yeah,
ways because the tenant laws. So depending on what the tenants
true.
are up
Yeah,
to.
if you can get that deposit all the way up front or charge them enough for it, they may stay longer than they need to or may not pay that last month. You probably know.
Now you can
that last
you can do
30 days.
arbitrage and still rent out the rooms individually.
Well, of course.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
I think honestly, just because obviously depending on when you purchase your home, the rate at where you're purchasing a home may outshine what you can do if you just go for rent. Like people are losing on their rent, renting out their homes right now. So you might as well just rent a place and like you said, arbitrage it out and then do a pad split or do Airbnb.
Yeah, understanding
that's
the
been, one of
different rates and
biggest-
the different terms to
Yeah.
understand what's most beneficial.
That's been one of the biggest benefits to us, acquiring multiple properties and not having to own it. Imagine having to go and actually purchase 12, 14, 15 properties.
Do you own all of your properties that you're currently doing
So
the arbitrage?
I bought some houses the traditional way,
Uh-huh.
using loans and stuff.
Okay.
But I've also bought some houses through seller finance.
Nice.
Okay, nice. Seller finance,
Yeah.
it's definitely a little bit more open-ended deals, which provides the flexibility that we'd probably be looking for.
Yeah.
We just haven't looked too deep into it yet.
Yeah, there was a few opportunities that we came close to, but at the end of the day, it's all in the underwriting. If
Yeah.
it's not making sense in one specific area, obviously there's different things that you could, alter or adjust to make it work. But if it's just not cutting it, it's not even worth the risk.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah,
the
the
cash flow-
markets
the
are
cash flow is hitting that
constantly
property, though.
changing. Right, cash flow.
Was it.
So, do you guys play a different role, or do you guys help each other do everything? Do you guys do you work on the contracts, the administrative stuff, and then you're out in the field putting the rooms together, or whatever? Or how do you guys split jobs?
No, I mean we essentially we see each other in everything. I mean essentially we're just a fully functional operating system together. We can do either end of the things. I could do back end, she could do back end.
Yeah, so it kind of just depends on our schedules. For
Yeah.
instance, if I have someone that I'm coaching at the moment, then he's normally handling the operations of the property and going on foot, or vice versa, or with
with
the
our
car
other companies,
deliveries.
or building other companies.
Or some of the companies, he's definitely taking a lot more of the calls and doing the dynamics of the pitch decks and further research and analysis and the numbers, or even just with my course or just my social media. He definitely provides back end support as far as doing more research and analysis on seeing what works, how I could connect deeper with my audience, and then I'm more so the actual face
yeah.
of everything. The face, obviously I have the experience, I have the voice that I'm sharing, but he understands my vision more than anybody else. And so he's able to support me and help navigate so I could see things a little bit more clear. But yeah, and then he has things that he's more focused on, or vice versa. So we kind of just fit in wherever we can to best balance each other out. Yeah.
We might have to collaborate in some ways. I do Airbnbs and I do concierge stuff, but there's got to be a way we can work together here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
absolutely.
We'll have to figure something out.
For real. I mean, again, like whether it's the like we're in the tech industry as well. We have a clothing brand. I day trade. So like I said, we're always like trying to connect people in different ways as well. So
I don't do all that stuff. But.
well, I mean.
Yeah, really,
whatever-
or even
whatever it
just
may
like
be.
as far as like making connections, brokering out different deals,
Yeah. Right.
referrals,
I do have a lot of
just
resources.
guest relations. Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, I have certain access and resources that a lot of people don't have.
Mm-hmm.
So we could leverage that.
Absolutely.
So we'll brainstorm as we talk here.
That's good.
And then, figure some things
We're
out.
cooking.
Now, you also work with a friend of ours, mutual friend of ours, Alanis, right?
Yes.
Shout out to Alanis.
Yeah. Listen, girl.
But she's doing her own thing as well, and you guys just kind of...
She's great. So, funny thing is, I actually met Alanis, I believe it was 2 summers ago.
Yeah.
I met Alanis 2 summers ago, and this is at the very beginning of when she had started her company, which has now branched out onto a full like luxury event planning and coordination company that's doing great. But she had actually booked an event at one of my mansions, and she had it was like a pool party where they were catering food and there was music, and she needed a space to be able to provide for the people who had rented an event from her. So that's how we actually connected. I met her at the property. I was coming by to just check on some things. I already had my manager and security there, but I ended up meeting her there. I connected. We exchanged Instagrams. And yeah, we've both been growing in that same direction, but doing our own independent thing, which is great because we're able to collaborate and connect the dots with one another that we could benefit from each other without directly competing with each other. So it's great. And then it lines up with everything that you have going on too, and being able to connect all the girls and different events and dinners and just different opportunities that are available out here in Las Vegas.
We might have to all have a meeting soon and figure
for
some
sure.
things out.
Yeah, she's been doing some big things. She's been working with like the Super Bowl players, celebrities,
Wow.
doing like big projects, a lot of things that she doesn't post about. But I'm proud of her. It's crazy to see what happens when you really just have a vision and you stick to it. You remain disciplined and focused and keep your feet down. Like, if you just lock in what could happen in 1 or 2 years, your entire life can transform.
Absolutely.
As far as, what you look at on a daily basis, who you're speaking to, what your thought processes are, what your opportunities and experiences and resources are. So it's just action, execution.
Absolutely. Now, are you self-taught or did someone teach you?
I am actually all self-taught.
Yeah?
Yes. So I have seen it all. There's a lot of things that I've had to learn the hard way, but I also understand like that the world is so vast. There's so many resources and knowledge that's available to us. So along the way, I didn't wait to figure out everything before I moved forward.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have 100% clarity prior to taking that first step. I found clarity through action. And that's essentially like, I just continue to move with faith step by step. I learned through every experience. But of course now with the academy that I am offering, I'm teaching people things that I wish that I knew from the beginning, so that they could save the time, the money, the mistakes, and really just have a more straightforward path. Of course, it's a journey learning on your own, but it's so much smarter if you can learn from someone who has been through the same experiences and achieved the results that you are looking to obtain.
I agree. I think that's great.
Yeah.
You've been through all of the ups and downs and made all the mistakes, so at least you're going to, like you said, save people the time and money, and they can get straight to the results.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's priceless. It really is. So.
Yeah. So tell me more. What's the next step? What do you guys do? You're in Vegas now. Do you guys have properties in other cities as well?
As of right now, no. Everything is currently in Las Vegas. I do have connections to some people, mainly in like LA. I have some in Miami and New York. But the resources are a bit limited as far as what have accessibility to. That is something that we are looking forward to growing and expanding though.
But overall, like the biggest goal, like most businesses, are to like develop them, lay a steady foundation, but get hands off. I mean, like I feel like most people want to be like lazy millionaires. Like we don't want to be like really in the fucking.
Be able to step away and go chill on the beach.
Come
if you
on,
can.
Yeah, right.
bro. I'm gonna have like
Absolutely.
$1,000 champagne, white sand beaches, beautiful women. You know.
It's all about the systems in place.
Yeah,
now.
having the systems in place. So that's really what it comes down to. Like, of course, when it comes to expansion, like you said, you may need different connections in different states, like handle either turnovers or just overall overseeing. So we've been doing a lot of connecting when it comes down to that. But as far as like the next big thing that we're really cradling at the moment is our tech company, man. Like our tech company is right around the corner. We've been building it for about 1.5 years now, almost.
Wow.
So we got like patent pendings on it, things like that. It sounds like it feels like it's gonna change the way people like really like go about moving around their kitchen essentially. Like I feel like people underestimate like how much your kitchen plays a role in like your happiness, your health, like your
I mean, overall, it's going to change the way that people live, spend, eat, and
are you guys
the
implementing
goals.
AI?
Of course,
Yes.
To all of this, yeah.
Yeah, we are. So
absolutely.
really, it's like if you're able to master your pantry, you're able to master your life. And there's a lot of people that don't understand what they're consuming and how that could actually alter your like chemical makeup, how you think, how you feel, your performance. So first off, this is going to be for people who are wanting to just be more efficient, more conscious and aware. And a lot of people don't know like what they're eating first off, or they don't even know what to eat. They have stuff in their fridge and they're like, what do I eat? So they end up going out to eat or, spending excessive money, buying things that they already have or forgetting to purchase things that they still need. So yeah, that's really one of the biggest things that we're working on, just because we know that is something that can, also make a significant difference in the communities. Outside of Lux Academy, that's probably our second largest project, or they're like both very large, but they're just like in two completely different categories. One of them doesn't really take place over the other.
Yeah.
That's really good. The way we think does start from what we eat, right? If we are eating clean, being healthy, taking our vitamins and stuff like that, that will affect how we think. Our thoughts become our actions, and then our actions become our results and stuff, our reality. Yeah. So
So that's actually one of our brands.
That's our
Is
clothing
thoughts
brand.
become reality.
Yeah,
And that is so true. Like the power of your thoughts is often undermined. A lot of people don't understand the power of their thoughts, and that our thoughts actually become waves, which become part of reality. Like they actually did a study, right, where did you see that study on the brain's electromagnetic waves? So when you're thinking, there's actual radio frequencies or electromagnetic fields that are being released from your space. So your thoughts are never captive. They go somewhere, like the ether. And that's why a lot of times maybe you've like thought of something and then all of a sudden someone has that invention. Well, someone else has probably thought of it too, or they captured your thoughts. So if you don't act on it, someone else probably will.
I believe in energy and stuff. So
Yeah.
I haven't seen that study or heard of that, but yeah.
Hold on, wait.
I believe it.
A number 1 to 10, what is it?
What number 1 through 10?
Yeah.
You tell me.
We had to say it one more time.
What is it?
So I had to pick a number between 1 and 10.
And I'll be the one to know that it was
7.
no.
What? Is that it? Is that it?
No,
He definitely said 7.
No way.
Yes,
seriously.
he did. I wish that you would have been there to verify that.
That energy
What?
thing. Did you hear it?
No.
You didn't hear it?
No.
Promise?
Yeah.
Okay, but
That's wild. But no, that's like
You're psychic over here?
He's done that so many times, even just to random people. We'll
It's
go
Vegas
to like,
though. Seven's like,
we'll go to like a store
can-
anywhere, and he just like puts something in their mind, whether it be like a word, an item,
Well, subconsciously,
a number.
being from Vegas, you will probably think that people are thinking of the number 7, right?
Low key, dude,
Maybe.
we went to Subway one time, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna tell this guy in his head what my favorite meal is, and I told my girl, and then I was like, yo, what's my favorite meal? He was like, the Meatball Club.
Yeah, I was like, what?
And she already knew this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she already, like the meatball sub.
Yeah.
And she was like, "How did he even know?" He was like, "I don't know. I just felt like that was it." I was like,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Energy is a big thing for sure.
It really is.
So I feel like
It's
the
a
energy that
language
you're putting
can't
out
be
right now in the
seen.
city, bro, like you're gonna have a lot of like success, a lot of collaborations, and just cultivate something really great here. And we're glad to be part of it.
That's what it's
early
about.
on.
Yeah,
So I'm
it's so
happy to have-
exciting.
Yeah.
Happy to have you guys a part of it.
Yeah, dope.
Thank you for having us on here and considering us to be a part of it. It's really great to be able to have a platform that we know will extend out into the community, and you never know who it'll reach.
For sure.
More
I've worked in
connections will be
entertainment for many
made.
years too, so I plan on having a lot of people from LA come here.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if you knew this, but I used to be a talent agent in Hollywood,
Okay.
representing
Was not
actors and
aware.
influencers and stuff like
Fire.
that. Yeah, so
Fire.
you know, between the nightlife and entertainment world, there's going to be a lot of amazing people coming in. So,
That's awesome.
yeah, just making the community bigger and better.
That's lit.
Yeah, and offering as much value as possible for those that
Yeah.
are watching and listening. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So since we're on that topic, if there's people watching you guys right now, wanting to get started in, well, I guess the best advice would be to join your course, right? What's something
yeah.
you can give them or tell them if they want to get started, but they're hesitating?
If they've been wanting to get started, but they're hesitating, then I've been there too. And one of the biggest things that I would encourage for you to remember is the action, or I'm sorry.
Action leads to results.
Yeah,
Facts.
absolutely. Is action does lead to results, and clarity often comes through action, not before action. So a lot of times, you know, we're going to be scared, we're going to be overwhelmed, we might doubt ourselves, but the most important thing is to start. And it's starting day one instead of one day, because the amount of things that you could get done in such a short period of time, taking actionable steps and holding yourself accountable is life-changing. And you could either be in the same position 1 year from now, still deciding that you'll start one day, or you could decide today that it will be day one, and 1 year from now you will be thanking yourself.
Now let's dig a little deeper. For those that are hesitating because they don't have the money or the funds to get started, you know, obviously they should take your course, join your academy. But initially, how much money should they consider spending to get started? When you're doing arbitrage, which costs you, I don't know, first month's, last month's rent or whatever it takes to get inside that place.
Yes.
And then also maybe $10,000 to furnish it or something like that, right?
So the budget significantly varies depending on the type of property that you're looking to acquire.
Yeah.
And there are different special tactics and strategies that you could utilize, which include negotiations or finding special move-in offers. There's lots of places that offer spaces for the first 2 to 8 weeks free. And if they're not currently offering that move-in special, then typically as a business professional, you're able to reach out to them and provide a pitch asking if they would be willing to accommodate up to 4 to 8 weeks free while you set up your business and build out the systems and automations so that you can be in a profitable space without actually going into debt to get started. So typically people could get started anywhere from like $2,000 to $10,000. It significantly varies, or even get started in the space for $0, and I'll teach you how. So first and foremost, the most important thing is determining what kind of property you want to get. So the smaller properties are typically going to be ranging, depending on your location's market rents, anywhere from, let's say, like $1,500 to $2,500 max, right, for a more like luxurious apartment. Now you can go and find a place that's offering 8 weeks free, and typically there's also a lot of specials people provide where the application or admin fees could be waived or applied to the first month's rent. Now the deposit is also typically variable based on your credit status, so it could be all the ways from $0 to half the month's rent, or even up to a full month's worth of rent. On the safe side, if you weren't getting any of those special deductions or offers, what you would expect would be first month's rent and security deposit, and then the furniture, which typically on an apartment or a small home, you could furnish $1,000 per room. And that is by specifically having a strategy on how you shop. So it's making sure that you're shopping efficiently so that you're buying the things that you need and forgetting the things that you don't. It could be very easy to overshop or buy things that you don't need or forget to get things that you do.
Just overspend on something.
Yeah, so I actually have a whole checklist within my academy and my course. There's several different digital products, templates, scripts, tools, calculators, everything that they need from A to Z, outside of just the information, the actual resources that they could use to leverage their success. And yeah, so that's typically for like the short-term rental. Mid-term rental is typically going to be around the same. You might get a larger space, so it could vary slightly, but the same type of acquisition strategy. And then as far as co-hosting, you could enter the real estate field and be a part of like rental arbitrage or Airbnb, short-term rentals, even event spaces, simply by co-hosting or offering management services.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
If people wanted to start with co-hosting, how do they get into that? Or how do they...
So typically the most important part is by learning how to operate the systems and the different platform integrations, and then setting it up with different automations so that you could either automate everything or delegate it out. There's a lot of built-in integrations within the various different apps, whether it's Airbnb and VRBO or Booking.com or even Furnish Finder, or the event spaces. You know, there's like Pure Space and Swimply or Gigster, or your own personal website. But really just learning how to operate the system, make sure that you're operating efficiently and that you're optimizing the listing, setting up automations, and delegating out everything else. And then you're going to do outreach into different communities. There's so many different groups, you know, on Facebook or Instagram, WhatsApp.
VIP Society.
VIP Society,
Yeah.
right? And you just let people know who you are and the different types of services that you're able to provide. Typically, you know, you're going to find people who have a property, but they don't know what to do with it, or they're traveling, they don't have time, they don't have the right system, so it's not performing at its optimum level. So you're providing a solution there, and typically it's zero entry, so you're not paying anything to enter. There's no risk or liability associated, and no investment. So the biggest thing on how you're making money is truly by driving in results. So typically on a co-hosting or management agreement, you're just getting a percentage of the revenue that you bring in on a monthly basis. And of course, the payment schedule will just be determined by yours and the property owners or managers' discretion, whether it be weekly or monthly payouts. And there's also ways to automate those payments as well.
You know, you've offered a lot of advice on this podcast.
Yes,
You're offering a lot of value right now, which I love. It's great.
Yeah.
For everyone that's listening, I'm sure they're learning a lot.
Yeah, well, I hope they can. And like I said before, like people's success is very important to me, and I want to be able to share my own personal experiences to help other people. I feel like that is part of my mission, and part of my purpose is to, you know, uplift and inspire and motivate other people and let them know that they could do it too. A lot of people see the results, right? Or they're like, they see the results, or they're inspired, or maybe even intimidated. And they're like, how could I get there, right? You know, like I've been in that exact same position where I'm like looking at people on Instagram, how could I get there? Like I love their results. But the thing is, it's what's happening behind the scenes is what really matters. And just having like the proper mindset, guidance, support, those things do help. It really can contribute to one's success and make it an easier path. So I'm providing the resources, I'm providing the guidance, and if they join my course outside of, I know you mentioned or a question regarding how much it costs to get started, I also offer payment plans. So they could click the link on my bio and they could purchase my course or schedule a consultation for one-on-one coaching. And I do offer payment plans available, so no one has to make a large investment to learn from me. They could learn along the way.
But I will say, if you're serious about starting a business, you should probably have anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 to start a business. I mean, that's just is what
Comfortably?
it is. Comfortably get into a business. Even with the finest tuned structuring and systems, like you want to make sure you have some kind of cushion for yourself. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, not that it costs that much, but definitely want to have cushion for yourself. You talking about getting into real estate, $3,000 to $5,000.
Yeah.
That's not
Your
too
business, it takes money to get started. Sometimes.
Yeah.
There's so many different
sometimes.
strategies.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes.
But
Yeah,
not much.
if you're not looking to co-host, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, do you have a community for those people that join your academy and stuff like that? So
Yes.
if they can't or are not able to do one-on-one coaching at the time with you, they can jump in this community and talk amongst each other themselves and offer advice or help
that
each other.
is actually the Lux Academy Masterclass. So I do have various different offers, and if they are needing additional support or just looking to be a part of a community, they could join my school community. It's the Lux Academy Masterclass, where they can learn, connect, and grow with other students alike on all different aspects of their journey, whether they're beginners or they've already acquired several different units. There's going to be people in there asking questions, answering them, posting content. I also have different assignments within my course, kind of just like a participation enforcement, where I want to encourage people to participate and interact with other students. So people will be posting, their testimonials and their growth and their different results or even their hardships. That way that provides a space for people to relate and, just learn and grow. And then I also do regular calls on there as well. So if people don't have access to my one-on-one coaching, maybe they could hop on the Q&A or listen to a hot topic. And that is just a membership base, so they could pay month to month as long as they would like to be a part of the community. Yeah.
I thought about going on school myself.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. You should,
and teaching people how to do what I do, but not yet. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see.
I think you might as well just at least start it. I just started mine. It's brand new. I haven't even really marketed it too much yet. I haven't even posted up my Linktree. So I have the whole Linktree ready. There was just a few small things that I wanted to tune up within my funnels and my
we've already locked in a few students.
I don't feel like I'm teaching things. I'm bringing people together, but I'm not really teaching people things.
Well,
I don't think you have to.
Honestly, man, cultivating environments is an actual skill. It's like speaking. It's like, it really is.
Right.
Because people don't know how to make people want to come to a place for a like-minded situation or support a certain cause.
You're right. That's a skill itself.
It
is,
bro.
yeah.
It really is.
I mean, being able to network, being able to be social, to step up and be confident, and how to organize communities, put together events.
Seriously.
I think that community I would actually do really well.
Well, I thought about I thought about it for my hosting stuff as well. I'm a host. If you want to learn how to host or independently or for a company, and also how to set yourself up to do concierge stuff, and I did think
there's
about
so
it.
much value in that, and it's one of those things also that kind of branch out, right? There's the main orifice, and then there's so many different subcategories that you could teach and that could expand, or different questions that might come in place that you could provide.
You need to find a way to get a VIP society mansion or something. Seriously, an actual headquarters, where people can rent out for different events or different gatherings.
You're right.
Quarterly.
Now we're thinking. Now we're taking this to a whole other level.
Man.
No, actually,
people
a
pay
club,
a membership.
seriously,
The school fee goes towards the mortgage or rent or whatever.
Right now, it's we have the online platform, which is the podcast. Bring people together, bring people in, and then everyone's joining specific groups that suit them the best in the WhatsApp group and on Instagram and stuff. But eventually it'll evolve into something bigger, push everything towards a website, and then maybe a physical location where we have a building with certain rooms and everyone's able to focus on different skills and stuff
Yeah,
like
that would be
So,
nice. Like a creative space where there's a large gathering center, and then like every different room is a different creative space.
Quarterly events, but then also in between, like actually do like event hosting at that place. Because this is Vegas, bro. That shit would hit.
Yeah, I need to start building my team. I can't do all this on my own.
Yeah, for real.
I've got some people
absolutely.
that work with me. They're great people. So.
Yeah, and just like leveraging certain platforms, and then certain individuals delegating responsibilities, and everyone gives an opportunity to feel like they're a part of something, and that people are excited about that, especially when it's something that's positive and providing impact and opportunities like that.
Yeah,
true.
yeah. It's going to be good.
That's exciting. Yeah, this is brand new.
It is
Let's
brand
go.
Brand new. I mean, I've had it, I'm just now really pushing it,
Yeah.
but I've had it for a little while.
Okay.
It actually, I don't know if I told you this, but it started as my concierge company
Oh, okay.
in Las Vegas. So it was for me, and I built this website and everything else, put this together just for people to, if they need party buses or limousines or private jets, or if they need to rent a slingshot, or if they want to have, if they want to like rent whatever, or have like private bartenders, or a photographer. Like
Right.
I have,
Anything.
I offer a lot of services, and I provide a lot of like rentals.
So essentially, it's like the same,
And
like what we were discussing,
Yeah.
the luxury brokerage services,
all of
concierge,
that. Yeah,
connecting the dots.
it's all of that, but it evolved into this, which
That's awesome.
which I'm happy with.
Yeah.
I love that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. VIP society.
It's crazy how sometimes the
Yes.
things that end up coming to life, it's not necessarily always what we initially imagined or had planned.
Yeah.
Like even with Lux Escape Rentals, that specifically, prior to us starting our luxury car rental company, I initially wanted to start a luxury car rental company, and it was going to be Lux Escape Rentals instead of Omnilux. And so when I had first gotten started, I like structured everything. I went to go get a loan. I was gonna do it underneath my business and acquire my first luxury car, and they were like, "Yeah, no, like your business is way too new. We're
High
not
risk
giving
as
you this type of vehicle, and especially for the type of purpose." And I was like, "Oh, this is not as easy as all these gurus online make it seem." Like,
Yeah.
I was doing all my research. I was following all what these different people are saying, and they leave so many holes in
Yeah.
everything, and they toss you all over the place, just throwing out random information to where like you actually have no idea what you're doing. Even when I was doing research, I found a lot of great information, but it's all about like the systems and the structure and the strategy and what your end goal is, because it could all be valid information, but not all of it is applicable. But yeah, initially it was going to be a car rental company, and then it ended up, I just pivoted and changed it into the luxury rental property accommodation. So same thing, like it's just crazy how
Evolves.
things just change. And yeah.
So a question for both of you. What's been, as an entrepreneur, the biggest challenge that you've overcome, individually or together?
Ooh. Go ahead.
Not for your relationship,
The
but
biggest challenge as an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
with
no, we're
business.
good. We're locked in.
No, I think it kind of is directly aligned with what she was just talking about. Sometimes like things just don't happen the way that you plan them.
Yeah.
Whether it was acquiring like a vehicle that we thought we were gonna have for some time, and then something happens unexpectedly with a client or something like that.
Yeah.
Or just acquiring a new property. We've acquired some property sometimes, man, put a good bid on it. Sometimes furnishing a home could be like, $15,000 depending on the size of it. We've had some pretty large properties, whether it's like putting it on those properties and then the owner changing their mind on like how we can operate the business. So we had to pivot, mid in the middle of a lease. So that's definitely obviously one of the challenges when it comes to being doing arbitrage,
so
doing
you
the
got to be
subleasing.
somewhat flexible.
You gotta be flexible, but usually when you think you're going into a deal, you think, you sign paperwork on it, you shake hands with the owner, you're good to go.
People like
But
to change their
they
minds,
change their
though,
mind,
and they
man.
like
It costs
to
us
take
like
what you have.
$30,000 on one property, like in 3 months. Like, yeah.
Actually, we got hit back to back.
Yeah,
like
two of our properties.
like 30, 60K on
Wow.
just within like two of our properties, and then with one of the cars over 20K, like someone totaling it and insurance
Yeah.
not paying out when they were supposed to,
Yeah.
even though we had full coverage. And So unexpected things that like could kind of derail you, and
bite the bullet.
It never stops, right?
yeah, you gotta bite that and
the bullet.
swallow it.
Keep it
Because what are you
going.
gonna do? Like cry, stop,
Yeah.
like give up? Like no, you already got this far. You gotta keep on going, and it's not always easy. Like people see the pretty side of entrepreneurship and being a business owner. Obviously, it has amazing benefits. And being able to, you know, create your own schedule, be your own boss, do the things that you enjoy and that you're passionate about. But you better be passionate about it, because if you're not, you're going to be miserable. And
Low-key, you can
be able to handle stress well.
Yeah.
For real,
and take the hits, take the punches, right? And,
Oh my gosh.
And bounce back as quickly as possible.
Like sometimes like people
Absolutely.
like see like our place and they see like we come like with a different car every single time.
they're like, wow, you
Like,
guys are
you
so
guys
lucky. If
got it,
only I
you
could
guys
have
got
your
it.
life.
It's like, I'm like,
You don't know what comes with it, though.
We're grateful for sure.
Yeah.
But it's
Absolutely.
just, it definitely some days just like.
There's a cost to be a boss, though. There's a cost to be a boss.
Like, damn.
So it's not always rainbow and sunshine, but it's being able to also be grateful for the rain that brings more appreciation for the rainbows. You know what I mean? Like without darkness, there is no light. And so it's really just finding a balance, remaining grateful and staying humble and just sticking to the plan and having like faith and a really, really strong belief in what it is that you're pursuing. I think that is so important. Like if you don't actually believe in it, if you don't have a strong why, you might not get very far, because those hard days are going to knock you down and you have to be able to get back
The
up.
problems never stop.
Never.
And as long as we don't stop, we'll keep achieving our goals and keep, succeeding.
Absolutely.
I've got, like, for example, real estate's a tough game. You know, I've got multiple tenants that just moved out at the same time, and so now I've got to fill those vacancies.
Did they give you perfect like lead time?
And it's never an easy, like, thing. No. Well,
Like 30 days, 45 days, no?
yes, and like one of them was bumping heads with other tenants, and so I actually had to ask him to leave. But
Do we have one of our landlords literally like 45 days before the lease, like 15 days before like another payment was due, was like, you know what? I don't think we need you guys anymore, because like literally like in the middle of us, like after doing business for almost a year and a half or whatever.
It was about
Like
to come
2
up on
years?
the second
The
year,
second year,
and he knew that I had every intention to extend the lease. I had already spoken to him about it.
We had tenants throughout the
Yeah,
whole
it was a
house.
7-bedroom house,
Yeah.
and we had 8 people in there.
so it's not just some easy, quick transition that can
No,
happen
and so
overnight.
Nah, but
this
he
place,
tried to make it that way though, bro.
But the thing is, this place was bringing in probably about like $5,000 to $6,000 in profit monthly because of just the systems I had in place, how I optimized it, and I converted a 5-bedroom and turned it into 7 bedrooms throughout our lease duration. And the landlord, prior to our extension, he acted like everything was okay, and I started hearing
smiling in our face.
I started hearing little things from my tenants, and I also had a in-house manager that was telling me, hey, people are talking, there's some weird stuff going on.
Yeah.
And it turns out, whole time, the guy didn't want to tell me. He wanted to leave it by my surprise, but he told all of the tenants not to pay me and to pay him instead, and then told me that he doesn't need me anymore because he realized how much money I was making on his property and he could just keep it for himself. Because I was only paying him X amount of money, but he knew I was making X more and keeping the margin.
Yeah.
That's the game.
So he started moving with greed, and he literally stole my business model right under my feet. And
Well, they stole all the tenants in the house.
all of the tenants,
Which
and
only
like forced me out illegally and
Wow.
caused a significant amount of drama and tension between the tenants and people
He
thinking
was
that
like
I was
telling
getting
the
them out
tenants
wrong.
that we weren't operating legally, and then
Yeah.
we didn't have permission, even though he had been coming to the place every single day to manage the pool.
To try and get them to turn against me, and they put like a complaint against the Better Business Bureau on me. Like
Yeah,
they
like wild
refused to
stuff.
pay
It's
me
always
rent.
something, right?
Crazy.
Like if we want to achieve a lot, make a lot of money, have a lot of things in life, like you're also going to have a lot of problems, most likely.
But so we actually ended up finding out though, like 2 months later, like they all ended up.
All
moving
of the
out.
tenants were gone
Like,
within
they left
the second
though. 'Cause
month.
You can't
Yeah.
just steal a business like that, bro. And expect
You
it
don't
to
know what
thrive.
you're
Especially without
doing.
experience, exactly.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. He says, I could do this. This is, are you making bread?
Yeah, everyone
guys
left,
pay me now.
and I guess it like went completely downhill. And I actually had one of those tenants that had turned their back against me at one
Yeah,
point.
true.
Just like a month ago, he reached out to me. He was like, "Hey, do you have a room for rent?"
Yeah.
So
Hell,
yeah,
that's funny.
but there's definitely going to be some snakes in the grass. There's going to be, you know, obstacles that you have to overcome. There's going to be times of uncertainty or just different things that you have to encounter, and that is part of business. That's the name of the game.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You just got to keep pushing.
absolutely.
Are you a big fan of the Airbnb platform? So I love short-term rentals. You know, you can make a lot of money doing that, but Airbnb has a lot of control over what you do and how you do it.
Yeah.
Okay? And if one person complains about a hair in your unit, whatever place it is,
Yeah.
they can shut you down for a week or whatever.
Well, I think that's why it's important to actually like not only have the systems in place, but like when you set up these different cleaning services or these people that are helping you out, you got to make sure that you're on them, like because people are very particular, man. They really are, like you said,
Especially
they
if
find a hair.
Yep. They don't want to, they want to get their money back.
Yeah, for real.
People definitely do that. We have
we don't
encountered
experience it often.
We don't experience it very often at all.
Yeah, we don't experience it
but
often.
just recently, actually, we did encounter a situation that
Oh
is
my
a very great example.
Emma from hell.
Yeah.
Emma from hell. This video is for you.
So it's actually a great example of why proper systems and structure are so important when you are operating in that space with rental arbitrage and, you know, having owners that have some leverage and control over the property despite you still having a legal contract, or you hosting your property on a platform like Airbnb. They do have certain control on what you do, how you do it, the pricing dynamics, what you're able to, you know, message people, the resolutions, all of that, right? But throughout our experience, I have definitely recognized that the most important thing is the structure and the systems that you have within the business. So typically after every single one of our cleanings, our standard procedure is to do a full video walkthrough of the entire property, the ins and the outs. So that way we have timestamps, and that protects us with insurance and host protection, as well as faulty reviews or reimbursement requests. If someone so happens to make a complaint that is false or inaccurate, we're able to protect ourselves. And there's actually been a few different reviews that have occurred that were really, they were not properly representing my space. And so I had photos, and photos or message threads, and I was able to defend myself and get those removed. So there is a process. The interface could be frustrating, and it's not always easy to, you know, navigate as far as like the resolutions. But also having like a level of tenacity outside of the different documents is like standing your ground, because some people, they don't even know what they're doing and they don't know what they stand for. They think they're just doing their job, but you also have a business. And so it's like standing your ground, letting people know what it is and what it's not, and just...
This lady was like straight
making things
trashing one of our units to Airbnb support, and we had all the documentation that the place was clean,
clean.
spotless.
She was like, I wouldn't even
She
stay
was
there.
digging for stuff, like
Just trying
she
to
was
get her
like,
money back.
she was like under the cabinets, there's like dirt at the back underneath the cabinet and the sink. We're like, cleaning that thing every day. Like, I mean, it's
Just something
definitely
ridiculous.
Trying our best, but it's something ridiculous.
It was crazy.
But we were, because of the systems we have in place, because we, you know, do something redundant like taking pictures.
We actually got a
Yeah,
full
we got
reimbursement.
full,
So this lady, just to give you a little bit of context, since we're already talking about it, I'm gonna give you this tea.
Right.
So Emma, the guest from hell.
Oh, from hell.
Guess from
Yes.
hell.
So this does not happen very frequently, and this is actually the one and only circumstance that I've ever had within my 3 years of hosting that I've ever experienced something to this severity. But there was a lady who had checked in or made a confirmed reservation for one of our units, and she checked in. She never stayed there. Actually, I don't know 100% sure if she did ever check in, because she never sent photos when I asked for reference, but she states that she did. Anyways, she never stayed there. She claims that it was like inhabitable, that there was safety issues, that the electricity didn't work, that it was filthy, like that it smelled like weed, like all these crazy things. Anything that there's specific keywords that a guest could use in Airbnb, and they will shut your listing down.
She was just saying
And she was using all of those specific things. Mind you, we had just been there hours before, so I knew the condition, and we had a full video walkthrough with timestamps. And when I asked for like assurance or clarity for her to emphasize what it was that she was referring to, she refused. She didn't send any photos, but she had notified me that she would do anything within her power to get my listing removed, and that she would do everything on both Airbnb and off platform.
That's crazy.
She said, I'm vindictive.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
she did. She said,
Nah.
fuck you, Janae. You're a
Fuck you,
piece of
Janae.
shit. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're a
Yeah.
lowlife. You're a scumbag.
Dead
And I was
ass,
like,
bro. She
literally
was
being nothing
ranting.
but kind, professional. I was providing resolutions. I was just not even being defensive in
Trying
any
to meet
way.
her halfway.
Trying to be
More than halfway. I was going to give her
Yeah.
a full refund just because I didn't want to deal with her. Like, I didn't even care at that point.
Still had to deal with her.
And
Oh, yeah.
days after, weeks after, she'd be like, fuck you, Janae. I'm like,
What?
I don't even know who you are.
For real.
And she left a horrible review and was like, I hope no one ever stays here. Like, just kept going on and on.
I definitely made
So-
ChatGPT cook back.
Unnecessary.
That review was
But
nasty.
yeah, and
I
then
gave her a review
she
back.
left a horrible
What
review,
ChatGPT
1
did.
star, which could get my listing deactivated, and requested for a full reimbursement, which initially Airbnb was going to give to her. But I say all this to say is, with all of that havoc and all of that mess happening, her making false statements and misrepresenting my property, I was able to properly defend myself, and in the end result, I got a full reimbursement. I got paid the total amount for that stay despite her not staying there. And I have grounds to get her negative review removed because of the communications within the platform and just remaining professional, having systems and a strategy.
So the
to-
answer is yes, we do like Airbnb
Yes.
platform. We do like Airbnb's
Good,
platform
good,
for
good.
sure.
Yeah,
And
it's
she wasn't
good.
following the rules, you know. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're gonna have those people for sure.
absolutely.
every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also, you know, other platforms that you can use like VRBO, right?
Mm-hmm.
Swimply.
To make sure you're always
Oh,
booked
yeah.
out and stuff, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so when I had first started in the rental arbitrage space and getting started with short-term rentals, I definitely did utilize different platforms. So Airbnb, VRBO, and Booking.com were the main 3 platforms for short-term rentals. And then, of course, there's various other platforms for different strategies. However, as of right now, I mean, for the last year, we've been anywhere between 90 and 99% occupancy across all of our units. So there's no reason for us to be on any other platforms, as it would just complicate things and be unnecessary. But of course, there are different channel managers and things that you could use to integrate. But yeah, Airbnb is probably like our biggest platform that we're using as of right now for short-term rental.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, to wrap everything up, do you guys have any last words for everyone that's listening or watching?
Your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds. You can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. Guys, your thoughts really do become reality. And anything you think, whether you think you can, whether you think you can't, you're absolutely right. So just make sure you're thinking the best for yourself and just holding yourself accountable and then taking action. That's the most important thing. That's really what I got to say for y'all.
Absolutely. And with that being said, do something today that your future self will thank you for.
It's pretty deep, guys. I like it. But I am very grateful that you guys are here. Thank you for coming on to the show.
Yeah.
You guys are great. You gave a lot of value, both of you.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now, for people that are listening and want to reach out to you or get a hold of you so they can join your academy and follow you on social media and stuff, what are your Instagram or your handles? Yeah.
My different handles that people can find me at are Janae McGiboney, so it's JANAE MCGIBONEY, the Womanaire. And you will find my link tree with access to my digital comprehensive course, one-on-one coaching consultations, dates on me, different brochures, different apps, different links, and available resources that we have.
And guys, you guys can find me Mr. Improvement. That's Mr. __ Improvement, actually. Derek Honore on Instagram.
There you go. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow these guys. Follow this page if you haven't already. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on the next episode.